Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are looking at the Age of the Primes Blastoff and Vortex. But, of course, before we get into Vortex and Blastoff, or Blastoff and Vortex, whichever order you want, I need to put on my facial disguise gear so we can take a look at their boxes. I'm gonna go in chronological order for the boxes. So we are going to start with Vortex. So there's Vortex's box, 1 of 5, 19 steps from robot to chopper mode, Vortex, Age of the Primes, Transformers, you got Vortex on the side. On the side, you got Till All Are One, Mural of the Primes, Deluxe Class. On this side, you get Vortex, Bruticus, that's not Vortex. And on the back, you get Vortex in both modes. There is the barcode for anyone who's trying to hunt this down while it's not even out, unfortunately, right now. What is out right now is Blastoff. So on the front, we get 2 of 5 for Bruticus, 17 steps from robot to shuttle mode, Age of the Primes Blastoff, Combaticon Blastoff, you got Blastoff on the side there. To All Are One, same Mural of the Primes, Deluxe Class. On the side, you get the same thing with Bruticus, 2 of 5. And on the back, you get Blastoff in both of his modes, and there's the barcode for anyone who is trying to hunt him down. I found mine at my local Walmart yesterday, so that was a fun day. I'm gonna be bleeding again. My woke up to a bloody nose this morning. That was fun. So now we can take a look at Vortex and Blastoff. Now, if you've ever seen one of my multi-reviews before, you know that I do it by going over one figure at a time. And today, we're going in release order. So, we're going to look at Vortex first. Onto the floor you go, Blastoff. He is interesting. He's good, don't get me wrong, but still, he has some fatal flaws. For example, these things. These things on the back of the arms right here. They are removable, not by design, it's just on a friction hinge. You can just snap it off. You can just, snap it off, and it will reattach. That's what I do when I display it. But still, they're a pain. He's also a bit flimsy in the joint department. You shake him, he shakes back, specifically the legs. The arms are solid, but the legs are kind of flimsy, especially the knees. These things, unfortunately, don't hold a pose very well. Speaking of poses, we're getting ahead of ourselves. The sculpting is really good. The head looks amazing in and of itself. That's an amazing head sculpt. Unfortunately, the black paint on the legs does swallow the panel lining a little bit. But now, after all that, we must look at his accessories. Try not to grab Blastoffs. He comes with 3 guns, which he can hold. These 2 smaller guns can peg into the ports on the sides of his arms. There's a thick hair, whatever. Okay, they can peg into there, and this one, of course, goes into his hand, and this is how I have displayed it. I'm about to display it, is I'm going to take the propeller off, because this comes packaged separately. It's not really an accessory, but it comes packaged separately, and I'm going to peg it into the 5mm port there, and have him use it like Blackout. Now, we can get into his articulation. So let's remove the guns. So that we may look at his articulation. Head is on a ball joint, can look up that far, can't really look down. It does have a fair range of tilt, and it can rotate. Shoulders can pull a full 360 degrees. They hinge out that far and can hinge out more due to transformation. Although it's not wanting to work with me right now, and it's on a screw, so I don't want to stress that screw or break it. But if you shift this up, I don't know why it's not working right now. Whatever. Because it's on camera, that's why. You get a bicep rotation, single jointed, detented bend at the elbow, that bends to 90. Nothing at the wrist, unfortunately. You do, in fact, get a waist joint, a full 360 degree waist joint. Hips that kick forward that far, they kick back that far, they go out that far. Thigh rotation, single jointed bend at the knee, that can bend to 90, and those legs are a bit hollow because they combine or wars in, whatever. And feet with a foot pivot up. You can see in here, the foot pivots. Wait, does it pivot up or does it pivot back? It pivots back for some reason. Then toe down and heel down. So overall, Vortex is fairly articulated. It's just, again, those knees struggle to hold a pose, which can be a pain sometimes. Jeez. Alright, let's get him all sorted and ready for size comparisons. So I'm going to do size comparisons 2 at a time today in order to expedite the process. And this is going to be the first time you're seeing many of these figures in my collection, so I apologize for not getting around to reviewing them yet. Here we have Blastoff, who you saw him compared to at the beginning, and then we have Brawl, who I will probably review after this. After I review Vortex, I'll probably review Brawl, but I also have Megatron and Thundercracker to review, so that's going to be fun. Here we have him next to Bone Crusher and Scavenger, Hook and Long Haul, and finally Scrapper and Mixmaster. Now, with all those size comparisons done, we can get into the transformation. Now, the transformation in Vortex is quite simple. So, straighten out the feet, snap the legs together, rotate the head here, and you'll see that there are these little hooks right here. You get your fingernail in there and lift that up, and that brings up a little square in which the head will go. Rotate these assemblies up 180 degrees to shift that down like so. Before we do that, you want to rotate here. Then you want to close the feet, open these up, and then just good old-fashioned combiner wars the legs. Close these up, flip this back into position. Now we can bring these up and peg them together. This piece will go back, this landing gear will come down, and you want to straighten out the propellers. And there we have Vortex in his vehicle mode. Helicopter mode is really good. Is it exactly to scale dynamically with the other Combaticons? No. Is it still solid? Yes. Ow. I'm trying to run my fingers through my hair to straighten it out, and it isn't working. Come on. There we go. Alright. The rotors spin, and it's a pretty good spin. He also has a tail rotor and this landing gear here. The weapons have plenty of places to store on the helicopter mode. These 2 tabs down here and the tabs on either side here can store any of the guns, as can these slots here, these ports here, and this big slot down here, and these 2 slots on the side. So it has plenty of places to store the weapons. Now, combine mode. What I do is I remove the propellers and stick one into the slot and push. And there you have it. You can see the spring mechanism in there a little bit. Can't wait to see that on Blastoff. because I haven't seen it yet. So this will combine with either Superion or mainly Bruticus. Unfortunately, it can't split traditionally due to this little extrusion on the top, but he'll still look amazing on Bruticus, I'm sure. Now then, alt mode size comparisons. God, come on. I'm gonna do these one at a time because it's a long alt mode. So, first up we have Blastoff, Brawl, Megatron, Thundercracker, Scavenger, Bone Crusher, Hook, who proceed with caution. On my copy, these wheels have paint chipped due to the fact that they are on the inside of the combined mode folding thing, Madoodle Bobber. Long Haul, Scrapper, and finally Mixmaster. Now then, I'm going to save final thoughts until the end for both of these, so now we can move on to Blastoff. Let me just transform him real quick. Alright, now on to Blastoff. Blastoff is a great improvement over Vortex. He's similar, yet different. One thing they both have in common is great sculpting, especially in the head. Sure, it has a little animation error pink on the forehead, but I personally like it. He's much more solid than the Vortex. You shake him, he doesn't shake back. One thing on my copy is the connection for the combined mode here is a little loose. I may have to go in there and see what's wrong with it, but it will, do this. If you can't see it, it will do that sometimes. Unfortunate, a little. A big deal, no. Accessories. Are these Blastoffs? No, these are Vortexes. The Vortexes over here. Blastoffs are right here. He's got these two little blasters that can peg into his hands, these ports on the side of his arms, or these ports here on the side of his wings. Unfortunately, the pegs on the blasters are a tad bit loose, but whatever. Articulation. Heads on a ball joint, can look up that far, can't really look down, can tilt a little bit, and it can rotate. The head is mounted in front of the shoulders, so if that bugs you, shoulders, pull a full 360, hinge out to the side, a little under 90 degrees, I'm now noticing. No, they go almost full 90. You get a bicep rotation, single jointed bend at the elbow that bends a little over 90. You get a wrist swivel, which is a first on these Combaticons. Hopefully not a last. You do get again, full 360 degrees at the waist. Hips kick forward that far, back that far, out to the side, thigh rotation, single jointed bend at the knee, that bends to 90, and you see that's more filled out of a piece for the Combiner Warsing. And finally, feet with a toe down and a serious ankle tilt. That's hollow, I'm now noticing. You never see it anyways. So overall, Blastoff's articulation is very, very similar to Vortex's, but better, because he's much more solid. Now then, size comparisons. We're going to do the same little shebang that we did last time. We're going to do 2 at a time. So, we got Vortex and Brawl, Megatron and Thundercracker, Scavenger and Bone Crusher, Hook and Long Haul, and finally Scrapper and Mixmaster. Now we can get into his transformation. So you want to open up the back, slide the head in, and this head is a royal pain to get out. Oh, the landing gear deployed. Collapse that. This head is a royal pain to get out because I have big fingers. So what I do is I lift it slightly, then use the blast effect nubbin on the edge of his gun, stick that in there, and just push it open that way. If you have big fingers or big hands, then sucks for you with this thing, I guess. Then you want to bring the arm up, you want to bring the arm up and untab this, straighten that out, rotate the biceps so this all lines up. There is some semblance of a tap slot connection. Then you want to rotate the fist, do the same thing on this other side. And then you bring these up and peg them together. Then these two ports go into these two pegs, and there's a bunch of stuff here. And these ports here will go into these pegs, and this big curved slot will go into this big curved tab right here. So you just shift that forward, peg it in, and there you go. Now legs. Collapse the feet and straighten them out. Open the Combiner Wars joints before you combine the legs. Then you just Combiner Wars the legs. Nice and simple so. Close these up. Now you want to bring the wings down, bring up the tail fin, bring out this little tiny landing gear in here, and there you have Blast-Off in his shuttle mode. Let's get a little closer. In his shuttle mode. Shuttle mode is amazing. He's very G1 accurate and fun thing in general. His landing gear is a very important part of the shuttle mode. It prevents the paint on the chest from chipping. One complaint I have is the wings swoop into place, but it's not the best swoop. So they're a bit loose. Mildly disappointing, but not a big issue. You can, again, take the propellers off of Vortex. So you want to collapse these and collapse this that way. And that's him ready for combine mode. Then you can collapse the landing gear, stick that in there, and boom. Now let's take a look in here. Oh, I see the issue. The spring was out of place. It wasn't straight. You see that? The spring isn't straight in there. There. That's the problem. I'm not sure if it's fixable, but I now know what the issue is. Whatever. So, there's his combine mode. Now then, alt mode size comparisons, because those are things that we must do. If I can get the landing gear back out. There we go. So, first off, we have, of course, Vortex. Let's back these up a little bit and back up the camera a little bit so you can see all that. Vortex. Next we have Brawl, Megatron, Thundercracker, and Thundercracker has a big alt mode. Here we have Bone Crusher, Scavenger, Long Haul, Hook, Scrapper, and finally Mixmaster. Now then, with all of that being said, let's bring Vortex in here and get into some final thoughts. Overall, these two are pretty solid. Blast-Off is definitely better than Vortex, but they're both great. I'd recommend Blast-Off even if you're not getting Bruticus. Vortex, however, I'm not so sure. His flaws make him a bit of a difficult recommendation, but if you're getting Bruticus, I'd say get it, because you kind of need it for Bruticus. With that being said, until next time, my fellow Cybertronians, goodbye, and good night.